This application was built using APEXLang. So I used Sonnet 4.6 to create it. So you can see that I was able to just provide a single line of prompt, and finally I was able to import things, and then yes, so the validation was successful, and then I was able to import the things within my local Apex environment. And moreover, it didn't work as expected. So initially I used GPT 5.0 mini, and then I hit several roadblocks, and then I had to switch here, and then even here I had to run 3 iterations because of my token limits as I am using free tier. And yes, so after 3 iterations I was able to fix it, and even the application that was created or imported successfully had some minor issues, but still we were able to fix it, and everything is covered in this particular video. So if you are using AI to build Oracle Apex applications with APEXLang, the model choice matters more than you think. I have kept all the failed attempts as well in this particular video, and organized them into chapters so that you can jump to the exact section you need and compare how things are working or things are not working yourself. So whether you want the quick working solution, or you are curious why a particular model failed, and some concepts failed, and how we were able to fix them, so the chapters below will help you navigate faster. And in this video, you are going to look into how this application was created and the initial bugs that it had. So initially, this button was not visible and things like that. So you are going to look into all those things, and then fixes as well in this video. Today, we are taking Oracle Apex development to the next level. I'm going to walk you through creating a hotel reservation app using APEXLang, a structured open specification language that's transforming Apex development. So it is released as a part of 26.1 version. And so this is going to be the base for it. So for creating APEXLang specification, so we would be needing APEXLang skills, and those are present in the Oracle skills repository. So this Oracle skills repository, we have initially we have a particular video. So this is that particular video with which we were able to set up that particular skill within our local folder, and then we were able to incorporate that into Claude Desktop, so that Claude Desktop was able to create a particular feature with the help of the skills which are present in that particular repository. So I would suggest you to look into this particular video first to get a gist of what actually is a skill, and what exactly is the use case of this particular feature, and then you would be able to understand the things in a much more better way. And moreover, to get to know more about to understand more about Oracle APEXLang, the open specification language, I would suggest you to watch this particular video. So here I would have covered everything with respect to APEXLang. So that's a total theoretical video. So you can look into this and you can get a particular idea. And this particular video is going to be full and full demonstration related video, where I will be creating that particular application. And since I am creating it for the first time, even this is pretty new for me as well. So I'll be learning alongside you all, and then yes, we'll see how to create the best out of this particular feature. So yes, that's pretty much it. So to do that, we would be needing VS Code, and if you haven't set up the VS Code with GitHub Copilot, so I have a separate video for that as well. So that is the most watched video in my particular YouTube channel. So you can look into this, and you can get your, or you can set up your environment in VS Code so that you'd be able to develop this, or you'd be able to try out the exact things that I am going to demonstrate today. Let's get started.
Welcome back to my channel Into the Oracleverse, where we learn about Oracle SQL, PL/SQL, and Apex. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
First, we'll have to create, or we'll have to pull this particular repository into our local folder. So to do that, so if you haven't set this up yet, so in that old video of mine, so I have shown you how to do it for the first time. So we would be cloning that particular repository into our local folder of choice. So we will be able to do that with the git clone command. So by just by looking at this video, you'd be able to get a good insight. But if you already have that in place, and if you don't have this particular folder, so I'll show you the setup that I have. So within Oracle DB skills, within skills, I don't have this particular Apex related things because this is an older version of this particular skills repo. So what I'll have to do is, so I'll have to update it. So I'll have to pull the latest version into my local repository. So that is going to be the first step that I'll be doing. So to do that, I'll have to go to my local repo, and then I'll have to go to the command prompt. So I can just press on, so this is another shortcut. So I can just press on the address bar of my the particular folder, and then I can just type CMD, and I can click enter. So I'd be able to pull up the command prompt. so that I don't have to navigate to this particular repository at a later time. So this is a shortcut that we have. Now, if you already have the setup, so the thing is very easy. So first, let's just check the status of that particular Git. So we are in the main branch. So yeah, so the working tree is clean. So now I can just type git pull. Yes. So now my local repository would have been updated. So let me go back to my local folder, and here I can see Apex and APEXLang. So this is that particular part. So within this we have certain, so we have skills, and then we have other reference materials which would be referenced within this particular skill. So that's the initial thing that we'll have to do. And once we have this ready, so now we have to navigate to VS Code, and we are going to create that application completely by staying within VS Code. So we won't be navigating to Oracle Apex environment within any browser, or yeah, or we won't be navigating to the app builder. So now let's go to the VS Code. So now I am in VS Code, and yours might be a bit different. You might not see this chat if you haven't set this up yet, or yeah, so you might have to click this to toggle that particular chat, and then here you would be able to see the actual usage percentage if you have set the GitHub Copilot account here. So to do that, as I have mentioned, you just have to look into the first video of the most popular video of mine. With that, you'd be able to set the environment. You'd be able to create this SQL developer extension within VS Code, as well as you'd be able to set this particular part as well. So I'd suggest you to do that if you are watching this. So that would be a starting point. Or if you already have this, it's well and good. So first we'll have to navigate to that particular folder where we have cloned, or we have set up that particular repo. So to do that, I'll click File, and then I'll click either Open Recent, or sorry, Open Folder, and then I can go to so I have it in C. Yes, and then I'll be selecting that particular folder. So now my workspace has this particular part. Now I can just provide this. Yes. So what we'll have to do is the next step is just prompting. So that is going to be the one and only step that we need to do to create this particular application. So for first iteration, I'll be providing this particular prompt. This structure you see here is called XML structure. So with this, we'd be able to create or specify things in a much descriptive way, and the LLM would be able to identify the things in a much better way rather than providing a single larger paragraph. This would provide more insights to the LLM. The LLM would be able to reason things in a much better way. It will be able to perceive the things in the intended way. So that's why I'm using this XML structure here, and I suggest you to use that as well. Though it is not mandatory, I suggest you to do it to get the better results. Now I have a particular XML tag called prompt. So this is not an actual valid like XML structure. Rather, it is just the things that we make up. And I have named it as prompt, task, and description, and things like that. So you can name anything you want out of it. Just ensure that you have the relevant closing tag in the relevant place. So within prompt, I have provided that the actual task is to create a hotel reservation Apex application. And then I have provided a small description where I am asking it to create a particular Apex application with admin page for adding hotels, and then user page for searching and booking rooms. I'm also asking a particular feature to set up the budget filter and display results in the dashboard. And within tech stack, I am actually asking it to, so I am explicitly mentioning it to use the APEXLang skill. So with the recent models and with all the advanced models that we have, so it would be able to infer the things directly from the prompt itself. So just from our prompt, it would be able to know that it has to use the APEXLang skill. But still, so I'm just directing it to use this particular skill to reduce the hallucinations and things like that. Yes, so the output is the .apx file for the Apex app. So that is pretty much it. Now I can actually try it out. So the model that I'm using is GPT-5 Mini, and I have set the thinking effort to be high. And yes, so now with advanced models, we'll be able to get much better results. But let me try with this. So I'll just click enter. Great. So I can already see few files being generated. Uh, Great. It has completed everything. Let me take a quick look into the deliverables that it created. This schema.sql, this is the thing that I was actually interested in, because I wanted to see if it would just create the application and not the database objects. But from here, I can actually see that the table record. So the schema is created, and I can also see that the reference keys, the foreign keys, and the primary keys are set up in a much better way. And moreover, we are also provided with sample data. with minimal amount of sample data to yeah, so to see if this is working fine, so to test the things. And now so with this in place, so I'm also planning to look into this readme. Yes, so within readme we can get a good idea. So okay, so this is in markdown format. To read it in a better way, so we'll have to press control plus shift plus v, v for vegetable, so v. Yes, and we'll be able to read it in a much better way. So here you can see that the page is titled as Hotel Reservation APEXLang app, and it has a compact APEXLang format representation for the hotel reservation application. There are some important notes. Let me take a look at it. So the files are written in simple APEXLang friendly YAML or .apx format for use with tooling in this repo. And to run in Oracle Apex, so it has the actual steps that are needed to create an actual application out of it. So we'll have to create the schema objects. So first I'll have to run the schema.sql, and then I'll have to implement the pages using Apex application builder. So the next step is to import this particular application. So we'll have to load the database objects first, and then we'll have to import it. So I just thought, why can't we use the MCP itself to do that particular job as well, since we have the SQLcL in place. So SQLcL MCP would, with that, we'd be able to execute the database commands, as well as I have created a new container. So here you can see that I have a fresh instance in place. And yes, so here you can see that my Docker container is up and running. So to set this up, I have a video as well. So I'll add that in the info section. You can set this up in a much easier way, and you can start experimenting things in a much faster way. And then we also have this particular SQL extension, SQL developer extension set up within VS Code. So I have that particular part up and running. So within Apex, you can see that there are no subfolders, which means it is a fresh instance. So now what I will do is, so I'll try and see if I can actually import this application directly into our instance, just through this through this VS Code itself, through MCP. So I am going to try it out. So I am going to provide the below prompt. So I am providing a very simple basic prompt. So I'm asking to import this application into my schema, and I'm just providing the schema details. So with this, it should be able to find it out. Let's see. Let's try and see what's the outcome. So it is now trying to run the relevant DDLs to create the database objects, and also the DML would be the insert statement would also be executed alongside this. Okay, seems like it ran. Yeah, so the tables are created and the rows are inserted. It hasn't imported it yet. Seems like the app manifest and the pages information were fetched here. And then the repo also provides a command line interface. So to validate and import the APX app. And it has the relevant details, and it is asking me to, it is asking my consent to import it now. So I'll ask it to do it, do the import itself. Let's see how it's performing. So now I have asked it to import that particular application. um, let's see, so it is going to perform all these command line tasks. Yeah, so let's wait and watch. So by clicking this, we'll be able to see the results in terminal. So this would be helpful if we need to follow the things. So this will help us to look at the exact output which would be yeah, generated. Seems like there is some issue. It is going to try out other alternatives. Let's watch. Great, it worked actually. So now it's going to iterate on its own by looking at these errors, and then it's going to come up with a good alternative. So this is the power of AI, utilizing AI, where it will be able to reason with the relevant things, with the relevant output that it is receiving, and it will be able to frame a new pathway for us to import this particular application. Okay, so it has asked me to try things on my own, but from here I am able to see that there is the failure reason is due to the pre-flight APEXLang version missing. So maybe I'll try providing this particular part. So since I'm using a very minor version, it might not have been able to pick this up. But yeah, so this is the usage of looking into the terminal when the commands are being executed. So I'll provide this. Yeah, so I'm asking you to try again. So I have provided the exact output that we have received along with the input that it has provided. So let's see if it is able to resend the things. Okay, so it's taking too much time. So there is a good learning for me here. I don't think we should be using mini versions for building applications using the APEXLang skills. So now I'll switch to Claude. Yes, so we are back to Claude. So here we have a good model, Sonnet 4.6. Let's try the same thing here and we'll see how it's working. Yes, so I have provided the prompt. So here I have altered a bit. I have provided that the APEXLang skill is present within Oracle skills. And then I have also asked it to import application into ITOV schema through the SQLcL MCP. So here in connectors, you'd be able to see that I have the SQLcL and Oracle skills already set up. So I'll provide I'll attach the relevant videos in the info section. Now let's try and see whether it's able to create that output in a much better way. Yes. At least if the Apex lang is generated in a good way, we would be able to import it directly. I'm just praying that my token limit shouldn't be exhausted. Let's see. Great. Okay. So it's writing the things. Let's see. So I need three more files. So here we can see the app directory. So this looks good. So this is how the actual yeah, the layout should have been. But it wasn't in the earlier case. But here this is looking good. So we have the schema. Since we have the schema created right now, yes. So it's planning to create a dashboard and admin IR. So the dashboard is it is planning to have the card region for dashboard and then user forms, etc. And yes, so since I'm using a free version, so I have hit the tool call limit. I can just click continue. Let's see. This is one good reason why we would have to, or we would have to import the application directly through the AI model itself, or through the MCP, SQLcL MCP itself, because it has the validate function. And once it is generating this particular part, and if it is able to, so if we ask it to import, so it's going to try and import it through the SQLcL tool that it has. And when it is trying it, so it would be able to get all the errors, and then it would be able to fetch it. So it will be able to iterate on it, and then it is going to change things, and then it's going to try and import again. So it is always a good thing, or it is always good to have the actual model. So once it is created, or once it is done creating that particular Apex application, so we can ask it to directly import it into our database schema through the SQLcL MCP tools. Okay, so now I have hit my message limit. So yeah, so that's the actual reason why I didn't went ahead with this particular part, since yeah, so with the advancement in model, it's going to consume a lot of tokens. So yes, let me wait for a bit more and then let me try resuming it. So we have, until now we have seen what won't work. So we should use a good model to generate the APEXLang application. And also we have seen that there are still some errors which are coming even when we try to create a basic application. So that shows that there are still some areas of improvement within skills, and only if we try creating applications by using the skills, we'll be able to spot those errors and we'll be able to enhance the skills in a much better way. So now my token limit has been refreshed, so I'll ask you to continue. One important thing, so when you are vibe coding, so this is the part, so we people call this as vibe coding, where they provide prompts and they'll be creating codes or applications out of it. So when you are actually utilizing AI to create such codes, so you have to ensure that you are looking into its thinking process and you are looking into the commands that are being executed. So this will keep you in the loop. So you would be aware of the things that are happening in and around the application development, so that you would be able to see if it is thinking in the right way, because our intent is provided as a text here, and there might be certain cases where it might misinterpret the thing. So yeah, so as mentioned in the footer, Claude is, or whatever AI model that you are using, it's just AI. So it can make mistakes. So it's our responsibility to check how it is thinking, and then if it is not thinking in the intended way, we might have to stop it, and then we might have to rephrase the thing again, so that it understands our intent in a much better way. So yes, so I suggest you to look into the entire thinking part, as well as into all the bash commands that are being executed, or all the command line commands, or other commands which are being executed here. So yes, so that's one important thing that you would have to look into when you are doing this part. Okay, so there are some issues again, and yeah, but the issues have been reduced, so that's a good sign. It seems like I have hit my limit for Claude messages, and it might reset it. In another 5 hours. The things that happened in this run. So right now there are only one fix or two fix that are needed. Yes. So my limit has reset again. So let's try this for the third time. So there are just few fixes that are needed. So once this is fixed, I believe this application should be ready. Great. So the validation is successful. Great. So the import is successful and the application ID 106 is now live. It should be good. Let me directly go to my Apex app. Right now it's empty. But once I refresh it, I believe it should appear. Yes, it is appearing here. Let me run it, or before running it, I'll just get in and yes, cool. I believe this should be fine. The updated and updated file is empty for now, but I don't think that's an issue. I'll just run it. Yes, and I am logged in. So there are two hotels and there are three rooms with zero bookings. I haven't booked anything yet. Uh, yes, things are grouped in a very good way. I'll go to manage hotels first, and I can see the hotels present. Let me change the things. Okay, the edit is not present. It's just view only. Maybe okay. So these are few fixes. I believe I should have asked it explicitly to have that edit button and things like that. Yes, so this is in a good report view though. And then let me go to manage rooms. Same stuff here, but there are this create button and other things are missing. So I believe we have to provide those as explicit information. And yes, I haven't booked anything yet, so this should be empty. Yes, so there is some report error. um, okay, so we might have to look into this later, but right now, this filter part, it's looking good, but still it could have been better. I believe it is due to the prompt that I have provided. So we might have to guide it in a better way, and moreover, based on the model as well. So my model is Sonnet 4.6, and it is the default version which is available in the free tier. There are some limitations with the pre-tiers model, and hence the output would also be the quality of the output would also be little bit less. So if you are using high-end models, then I don't believe this would be the case. You should be able to see things in a much better way, and I can see that the LOV is looking good, and then yes, this is looking good, and okay, yeah. So the refresh is happening, and this is a date picker. Okay, so this is good, but still could have been better. And I believe with the models upgrade, this should do good. I'll post another video on that. I'll try with either Opus 4.6 or another high-end model and see if the output is looking good. And yes, so it is empty, but there are no edit buttons. So let me quickly go to this manage hotels, and then I'll take a look at the page setup. I'll see if there are any um, authorizations provided. Okay, so there is a create button present, but yes, it is present in invalid slot. Okay, so there are few things that we might have to look into in terms of prompting and also in terms of skill. I'm not sure if this should have been covered there, but yes. Okay, so I can actually add it. So there are few buttons which are missing because of that invalid slot. Maybe I'll try one. Yes, so I have the sample ready. Let me click this. Okay. Yes, it is added. This is looking good. I believe there are some minor fixes that are needed, and here I can see add hotel as well. So it should be fine. So it is not navigating to another page per se. It's just going to that report, the other view, record view. Yes, so this is looking good, and I believe that would be the similar case here as well. Okay, I'll also have a quick look into this part. Let me run this validate. Yes, cannot use Claude as a comparison key. Okay, so now the validation is successful. So there were some issues where the club was directly used and I had to use this to care. So I believe so for all the SQL statements that we are utilizing within the reports and things like that, we should also have another set of validation that should happen. So this validation, if it happens, I believe these errors could have been caught. But yes, these are just good learnings for us, and it is working fine. Or sorry, it is rendering fine. Let me check the working part. So let me have this as 5 stars and let me search it. So ideally one record should appear and it is appearing. So I believe this should be fine. And so it is starting from $300. Maybe I can provide the max budget as 256 and this record should also disappear. Yes, and it is disappearing. So I believe the other things are working fine. So there are just few issues, minor issues, which we would be able to fix it very easily. So the cloud conversions and stuff like that. And I believe in the upcoming days there will be upgrades made to this particular skill, and we would be able to create a good application without any errors in the first iteration itself. With APEXLang, we would be able to create a good starting version or the good initial version for the application that we are envisioning. So all these components, right? So all these contents were created out of it, and there were some minor glitches, and we have seen how to fix it and how to look into it. And yes, so we were able to see a couple of issues, and yeah, so we were also able to see its fixes. And apart from that, things are working good, and this will give us a good starting step where it will help us come up with a good first version or initial draft of the application, on top of which we would be able to create advanced features in a much better way. In the upcoming videos, we are going to generate such applications with different models, and we are going to see how everything is behaving. And yes, so that is one thing. And then I am also within this application, I'm going to add AI agents on top of it, so that this booking hotel, it's made through a chatbot or through that particular conversational chatbot, which would be yeah, able to guide us in looking for all the available hotels and also in booking the hotels in a better way. So that's pretty much it for this particular video. Thank you so much for watching.
If this video helped you learn something new or find what you are looking for, please give it a like. It really helps the channel. I'd also love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to drop a comment below. And if you are interested in more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.